Today we're in the studio with three of football's biggest rivalries, the Milan Derby, Man United versus Arsenal, and El Clasico. We're gonna debate some of football's most hotly debated topics. Here's how it's gonna work.
Today we've got these legendary rivalries facing off in a 3-round debate battle to prove who truly is the best between them. Once the rivals step up to debate a spicy topic, they will have 2.5 minutes to sway over the 4 voters and get them on their side. But there's a twist. The other 4 players can switch sides at any moment depending on who they think is winning. When the timer hits 0, whoever has at least 3 people on their side scores a point. And just like always, it's best 2 out of 3 to take the win. Let the debates begin.
All right, so let's start. The first topic I want to bring up, Man United Arsenal. Winning a treble is way harder than going invincible.
I'm ready to convince these guys.
Let's ride.
For me, it boils down to a simple question, okay? How many teams have won trebles? Have you won a treble?
I want a treble.
Have you won a treble? Like. Treble? No treble?
There's teams I've gotten undefeated before, though.
Anybody in this room?
Juventus?
I'm not familiar, but I'm representing Arsenal today. I'm saying something that has never been done. They're the only Premier League team that has gone undefeated.
Yeah, sure, but...
They got a golden Premier League trophy for it.
Let me ask you, what's harder to do, win a game or not lose a game?
That's not a good question because it's an entire season. It's that same probability spanned over an entire season. And if we really want to talk about your treble, I mean, there's been quintuples. There's been sextuples. So it's not like the treble is anything that crazy.
But what should we celebrate more, winning games or just not losing games? Like, it's very Arsenal-like to celebrate drawing games and not losing. But at big clubs, it's more like winning games means more, you know?
Okay, sure. Winning games means more.
You got 1 trophy at the end of the day. You got 3.
That's my exact point, is that teams have 6 in a season. PSG got 5 last season. Winning 3 is... I mean, last season we saw Barca got a domestic treble. Trebles are surely an insane feat for any club. It's historical, but it's not an invincible season. That's iconic. That's 1 of 1. They got a trophy that was 1 of 1. That's why I think that it's curtains. I feel like it's not even a conversation.
It might be 1 of 1 in English football.
And yours wasn't even dominant. Your treble wasn't dominant.
My treble wasn't dominant.
No, Bayern Munich in extra time. Juventus comeback.
Do we lose points for lying, or like is it just like
it wasn't?
Then the
it was dramatic.
treble-winning Man United side is one of the best football teams ever assembled.
No, it was dramatic. It was not. It was.
It was one of the best football teams ever assembled, hands down.
No.
Yes, 100%, 100%.
That's crazy.
I brought forward arguments. Bring forward an argument why aside from not winning games, because they won enough games to win the title.
We won 3 trophies. Arsenal's invincibles. I mean, congrats, you didn't lose, but you lost in other competitions. Like in the Champions League, you guys lost. Like it's not like you guys went invincible over the whole course of the season. That would be extremely impressive. The only team that really did that was Bayer Leverkusen, but they lost in the Europa League final. And they were in the Europa League.
Sure, we drew games. Sure, we drew games. We didn't lose a game.
But who cares
and
about
we
not
won the
losing?
title.
You lost in the Champions League. I'm pretty sure you guys almost got grouped in Champions League. And then you lost in the round of 16 or the quarterfinals.
I don't know why trebles are so like, you just want a treble like everyone else.
Is the season just Premier League or is it like every competition?
Every competition.
Okay.
I mean, saying that their treble is not as crazy, like you're saying that it's not a big achievement.
I actually said it was a big achievement.
But right now you just didn't.
No, I said it was an insane achievement in football, but it's been done by a lot of other clubs.
Yeah, but
not
having
by many.
But saying there's a sextuple, like that doesn't make it like obviously sextuple is better, but you're saying like you're discrediting a treble because of the sextuple.
Yes,
like,
it's just trophies.
Objectively, a treble means you won more trophies.
Yeah,
invincible, it's you won a league.
And they
like
embarrassed themselves in
But
CL.
how can't you see past the surface level of just you won more trophies? You completed something that hasn't been
because you're
again.
looking at as a Premier League season, it might be the best Premier League season. Like Premier League, but it's not the best season.
Man City won a treble.
But
yeah,
also,
but that's also better than the Invincibles.
Yeah, but also people could argue that the
twice.
Centurion Man City was a better team than
Centurion Man City was definitely better than Arsenal.
What's harder? Not losing throughout a season in a league.
But in the league.
In a league, or then going to do a treble, which are 2 tournaments, which are knockout games. You don't play as many games. You don't have to be as consistent.
No. Technically, you could also go invincible and not win a trophy. You know what I mean? Like
yeah, I could draw every game and maybe get relegated.
Yeah, but
of course, but the whole point is that they won the trophy.
But they brought back 3 trophies.
But it's just not just a numbers game,
and
it's a
also
context game.
The point total that Arsenal got that season wasn't that good. They had like 11 draws or something
different times. They also had away goals and away legs and stuff in the Champions League and things that a lot of teams benefited from back then. So you can look at it as different times and the point system. That's not really important.
I have a question. What do you guys think is going to happen next? A treble from a Premier League team or an invincible season in the Premier League?
Treble, yeah.
The Premier League has reached such a level that, but back then the
treble.
level of the
Yeah,
Premier
but
League wasn't where it is now.
Yeah, let me put it this way: like, if you're we always support different teams. At the beginning, at the start of the season, would you rather want your team to go invincible and just win the league, or a treble? What would be more iconic
Treble.
to you? I prefer a treble. More
treble.
trophies.
CL win, a Premier League win.
Yeah.
I think I don't even know what I do as a Man United fan.
If
to
you
be
look
honest.
at just the trophies, I mean, it also depends on context. Like,
Depends
if
what
it's a team that
trophy
does,
as well.
if it's a team that doesn't, yeah, exactly. The context of that matters. But I mean, you mark your name down in history books if you go on an invincible season. A treble, you're a name on a list.
Yeah, but invincible in the league, you're just going to be in the league. Treble all around the world. You've won
Listen,
European.
I support
league.
Juventus. I know, bro. No one talks about our invincible season, but everyone talks about Inter's treble.
But Juve knows how difficult it is to win a treble.
Bro, we had back-to-back invincible season and then a 100-point season, and no one talks about that. They just talk about Inter's treble.
Yeah.
So
Because it's more
put
important.
more value on undefeated seasons. I'm down 1-0, but let me see if I can pick this back up. I think that Arsenal in 2025 has more pull than Manchester United.
Oh, that's absolutely crazy. I mean, yeah, sure, you might play Champions League a bit more often, but as a player, you want to go to the biggest clubs, and the biggest clubs in the world are Manchester United, Real Madrid, and Barcelona. That's the top three.
First of all, don't put yourself in the same conversation as them.
What do you mean?
That's first
What do
of all.
you mean?
They don't claim you, bro. They don't claim
You've had a decade of nothingness, and they've had success.
What do you mean, Millie? You disagree with that?
Why are you
what
looking at
just
Millie?
said. Because Millie said Man
Even in
United's
this one, he's looking at Millie.
Man United's a bigger club than Barcelona, according to Millie.
That's right. That is
Okay,
correct.
that's another discussion.
Crazy.
That is correct.
I'm saying, we have now a proven track record of so many transfers flopping at Manchester United. Genuinely, if I'm an agent of a player and they have interest from Arsenal and from Manchester United, I actually see a risk going to Manchester United.
100%.
Players like
but
Anthony.
the reward being part of a Man United team that came back, your legacy's so much higher.
People are tired of, I'm going to go fix them. Like, they know it can't be fixed.
But what's fixed at Arsenal? You guys don't win shit. Like, you don't win trophies.
But who's better right now?
100% Arsenal is better right now.
So they'd rather go to a more favorable destination that's in competition to win things.
Because the reward of being part of a team like Manchester United, that was the one that came back from the dead, is much higher than being. You guys
This
are
is
not
not-
going to
this is
win
not a
shit.
casino.
Finishing second every year in the Premier League is not a
Barbara,
legacy booster.
This is not a casino for players. Players, they actually want reliability. They want to know that their club is going to challenge for Champions League, challenge for the Premier League.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, we still have a minute here.
Like, you can get them back.
Every player when they grow up, they want to be Ronaldo, they want to be Messi. You can't do that at Arsenal. That's just not a fact. You have to play at these premier clubs. You can't do that.
And you think Manchester United is a home for a
happened
Ronaldo
to
or Messi right now?
What happened to Ronaldo? He literally played at Manchester United.
You guys were in a different era.
We have a different global standard than Arsenal. Arsenal in London, massive, 100%, massive.
So should a player join Juventus or Inter
Outside
right
of
now?
London, Man United are severely larger than Arsenal.
Should a player join Juventus or Inter right now?
Both clubs are irrelevant. It doesn't matter.
Can I just get an answer?
No, there's no answer. They're both shit. So it doesn't
Okay,
make
but
a difference.
let's say someone wants to join either Juventus or Inter. Those are the only two clubs they
Congrats,
have.
bro. Your career's done. I don't know what to tell you. Like, I don't know what to tell you, bro.
You know you want to say Inter because they're right now they're a much more stable environment for a player to grow.
It's literally like
Look at the guys that join Inter, or look at the guys that join Arsenal in this case. They actually succeed. Eze, he hit the ground running.
I mean, I knew I was cooked. I knew I was cooked when he brought up the debate, but that's a bit crazy. I don't know.
Obviously I still stand by that. Manchester United is a very, very top club, but Arsenal overall do have a better project right now.
Yeah.
That's
100%.
exactly what I'm
I like your point about the casino. Like, a player wants their career to be like outlined. You see a clear path upwards. With Man United, yeah, you could be a Man United legend, but you could be like a Bruno that you kind of get lost in
Kobe
the
Mainoo.
sauce.
Like
Because
you
I
had the
just-
world at your fingertips, Kobe Mainoo, and now.
Kobe Mainoo
Yeah.
was a youth academy.
Yeah, but now exactly, I know, but that's the path. Now he's looking like maybe I should get loaned out in January or maybe leave on a permanent.
Because then look at players like Miles Lewis-Kelly and stuff. Arsenal Academy.
He's not playing.
He is.
Yeah,
He
but
plays
then
every
you've got-
Champions
you
League
can
game.
look back to Saka. Look at him now. You know what I mean? I do feel as a player, if I'm looking at, I'm a player, I want to play some good football, a good project,
Yeah.
and gonna fight for actual like
Good football. Maybe
gonna
if I'm a
actually,
6'4"
gonna actually
defender.
fight for like trophies and stuff. Then I think Arsenal, Manchester United could be, but it's all if buts or maybe.
Yeah,
you don't
exactly.
have an actual. You've done a few games. You're coming back.
But
a
we
casino.
can agree.
It could all go downhill.
We can
tomorrow.
agree if Man United were winning and Arsenal were winning, every player would rather join Man United.
But right now,
But that right now, Man United don't have the same consistency as Arsenal.
It'll take 5 years. It'll take years. to
5
prove.
years, bro. Get the fuck out of here.
new stadium coming.
So it's tied 1-1. Let's move on to the final debate, which is Wayne Rooney's the best Premier League player of all time, and it's not even close.
I thought you were gonna say Rooney and Henry.
You can bring up Henry. I don't care who you bring up, to be honest, because Wayne Rooney's just so far clear of everyone. Well, you want to start the... Okay, we can start the timer, but...
I'm ready to go.
Okay,
I
Wayne
mean, you made
Rooney-
it easier for me. You have Cristiano Ronaldo. Done. I expect everyone to come to this side.
Well, no, Cristiano Ronaldo is not a better Premier League player
He won a
than
Ballon
Wayne
d'Or.
Rooney. Yeah, sure, but you can't judge Ballon d'Or. Ballon d'Or is a popularity contest. We all know it.
Now it doesn't mean anything.
But no, it does. Like, it obviously means something, but it's not the be-all, end-all. This player's a Ballon d'Or, the other player doesn't. I mean, that player was better than that player. That's not how it works.
I understand, but I think you need to separate like hero, like club legend status to actual like ability. Like if you just look at Rooney, Rooney is the biggest Manchester United
Rooney
legend.
from 16 years old, when he graced the football
you're
pitch,
proving my point.
he was literally the best player in the league from 16 years old till... Honestly, the one thing about Rooney is that he flamed out pretty quickly relative to his age. He was done at 30 years old.
You took away a point I was going to say.
He was done at 30, 31 years old. Like, he was done. But he still got 15 years of elite production out of the league.
Sure.
He was probably the best teenager the Premier League has ever
Sure, but
seen.
because you opened it up, I really thought you should have kept it to Henry. Because even Henry, I mean, you think Pavel Neves should have won the Ballon d'Or?
No.
Okay, so then Henry was second. So technically Henry would have won that Ballon d'Or,
Yeah,
according
maybe,
to you.
but that's hypotheticals. He didn't, though. So...
But Nedved didn't. Apparently Nedved didn't deserve it, so Henry was second. Rooney's highest finish in the Ballon d'Or was fifth.
But the thing about Rooney is that Henry was yes, he was amazing at left wing and striker, but Wayne Rooney, you could play him striker, you could play him on the wing, you could play him in center midfield. Even at center midfield, he was still a baller.
But versatility, I'm talking about like Mohamed Salah. I'm sure Mohamed Salah can play as a cam, can play as different positions.
He's literally stuck to the right wing his entire career.
I'm sure he can, but he's best at right wing. Mohamed Salah is
I'm
by
sure he
far,
can. He's never done it. What a hypothetical.
Just because you've had to fill gaps in your team, it doesn't. But
because Wayne Rooney, when he played with Cristiano Ronaldo, he said, Cristiano Ronaldo, okay, you can take the left wing spot for the betterment of the team. I'll play a bit deeper. He's always sacrificed for the betterment of the team. That's why he won a shit ton of trophies.
That makes him a
bunch of
club
trophies
legend.
that Henry wasn't able to win at Arsenal.
Which records does Rooney have in the Premier League?
Top scorer for Manchester United. That's more valuable than any Arsenal trophy.
But that makes him a club legend. That doesn't make him the best player in Premier League history.
Wayne Rooney has countless more Premier League trophies and everything, individual accolades than Henry.
Mohamed Salah. You opened it up to the world. That's the problem with that.
Wayne Rooney's way better than Mohamed Salah. It's not even close. Anyone who watches Mohamed Salah knows that he's not one of the best Premier League players of all time.
Does Mohamed Salah have more goals in the Premier League than Wayne Rooney?
That's not crazy. You watch Salah like he's a good player, but you watch Cristiano Ronaldo, you watch Henry, you watch Ronaldo. It's not even. You watch Rooney. It's not even close.
Barbara, I think you really screwed up by opening it up to all of Premier League history. Because if it was just Henry, you had a solid debate there.
I don't know. I disagree.
Millie,
For
that's
me,
It's
crazy.
literally Henry or Rooney. There's no one else.
Wayne Rooney, like leading into the 2000s and all the way through the 2000s, even into the 2010s, was the best player in the Premier League.
But Ronaldo won
Rooney-
a Ballon d'Or there. He was actually.
I understand, but he was only there for what, 3 years?
Bro, he was
only there for 3 years.
Ronaldo
Doesn't mean he was the
wasn't
best
there
player
for long.
ever in the Prem.
Like Ronaldo, people forget he took like 1 or 2 years for him to actually start becoming like the Ronaldo that we knew.
So he only had 1 year at Manchester United.
No, he had like 2-3 good years. But you're also like Wayne Rooney was there for a decade.
He was the face of Manchester United for what, 12, 13 years?
Where we
I
were
would say
winning
minimum.
Prem after Prem after Prem after Prem. Like it wasn't even close. And he also had the opportunity to leave the club for Chelsea and Man City. Well, I don't know about Man City, but Chelsea for sure he had the opportunity to leave and he didn't take the opportunity.
Look at where the other guys went on in their careers.
He
like
left for
Cristiano
Barcelona
Ronaldo.
as quick as he could, so I don't know.
How was that as quickly as what? That
Henry, as soon as he
quickly
could join Pep's Barca, out of the door.
Gone. You know that.
That's bad.
So Arsenal pull out a last-minute winner. This is nonsense, but whatever. We're going to move to Italy and do the next one, the Milan Derby.
I believe that Milan is entering an era of dominance while Inter is nearing the end of theirs.
Why do you think your era of dominance is starting?
Because we have a younger squad, and I feel like the purchases we've been making were for the future, while you've been making purchases that are older, obviously. Like
So Modric.
Modric is a veteran that you
for the
need
future.
for the younger squad to actually compete.
All right.
But you have a Mkhitaryan still starting for you. You have a Acerbi still starting for you. Your average age is older than mine.
But what I would say to that is, I'm aware that Acerbi is not what he once was. He's on the bench now. Mkhitaryan.
And who's replacing Acerbi? Another older guy. Like
Well, not necessarily.
You're not
We have
replacing
Bisek-
them with
we
younger
have
ones.
Bisek playing as a center back. Plus, Mkhitaryan, unfortunately, he's not at that level anymore. We just brought in Petar Sucic. So we're already bringing in players. Not to mention, Pio Esposito's always, obviously, Pio Esposito, one of the
We have
best
Camarda,
Italian-
so you're bringing up
one of them scores for Italy, the other one scores for Lecce. Anyways.
But are we looking at the future or right now?
Doesn't score.
Doesn't even score for Lecce.
One of our Man United Glazer, by the way.
But what I would say is that you would bring up the older squad age, but at the end of the day, our core pieces, Bastoni, Barella, Lautaro are both sub 29 years old. They're 20, 27, 28, 28. So
Our core pieces
they're
are
in
also
their
young.
prime.
You're talking about a Leao, core piece, Pulisic is a core piece. They're all young, just as young as yours.
But at the end of the day, my core has proven to be higher quality because we've made 2 CL finals. We've won a Scudetto.
But those 2 CL finals, first of all, you didn't win them, so nothing showed for that.
But you didn't you didn't even make Champions League.
But because we were building the squad, we're in a rebuild phase.
So-
Currently, you're actually in a fall off phase because you're not rebuilding.
I wouldn't even say fall
You're
off.
currently going into the rebuild phase right now.
I wouldn't even say that. I would say it's just there's pieces that have already been glaring issues while we've been winning. And now all of a sudden we start making good moves where you have a Sucic, you have a Pio Esposito, even a Boni.
Have you fixed your glaring issues?
I would say Sucic is a very glaring issue. Bringing in a Kanji as well, that's a
Sucic
prime
himself?
player. He's in his prime. He's 28 years old, 29 years old.
Who?
Actually, no, he's 30. Kanji.
Akanji. So Akanji. Apparently, I can't bring up Modric. I didn't bring up Modric, by the way.
37, 38?
You're nearing that age, but that's
Akanji
he is
at
not
the end
our
of the
corner
day-
piece.
I never said Akanji was a corner piece. Bastoni's our corner piece, the best center back in Italy.
A center back is your corner piece.
You wouldn't say that Bastoni should be considered a cornerstone.
You're supposed to be a dynasty right now in Italy, and right now you're not. You don't have the pieces for that. You
But
clearly
I-
don't have the attackers for the future.
But you think Milan has enough power to surpass that?
You have an aging midfield. I don't think you understand.
Listen. At the end of the day, he could bring up age all he wants, but if they're showing up and they're playing well, you can't say that our era of dominance is closing.
You also didn't prove that your era of dominance is starting.
Yeah.
I mean,
There's
investment-wise,
There's
like,
also a question mark as to whether your team is actually good enough to even win. Like, maybe theirs is getting old, but maybe it's not Milan that's going to win.
but they didn't even win. So what's the
Yeah, but
difference?
They've won
I-
more
yeah,
than you.
But they're also
They've
definitely
won one
closer.
more Scudetto in the past 5 years.
Yeah, but again, there's context.
players are
like,
still there, though.
It's not like we crashed out of the Champions League in the round of 16 like
There's
Milan
context,
did.
yeah.
You crashed out 5-0 in the final. That
but we
just
made
shows
it to the
signs of a
finals.
decline.
It's a final,
No, but we
God
also
damn.
beat Bayern and Barcelona in the same
true.
in the same
And-
window.
and
Both
those-
champions of their countries, which you're gonna say put an asterisk on, which I disagree.
Wait,
Oh,
I have a question for the Barcelona fan. Was it because of injuries that Inter beat you or no?
Yeah, we had Robert Lewandowski out.
The 2 fullbacks out, Herrera
Yeah,
Martin was
exactly.
playing.
Kunde got injured.
So
that's
fully
what,
healthy Barcelona beat
Oh
Inter?
yeah,
100%.
And
no-
the reason why I'm here is because when I don't watch Serie A week in week out, but when I was looking at your lineup, it was like Premier League players that just Mkhitaryan.
Welcome to Serie A.
Yeah, Chanaloglu. I'm like, maybe for now that's good, but like 2-3 years, I don't know how you're gonna replace them. So that's why I'm on this side. The players that he brought up, Leao's, the Pulisic's, I'm seeing they're performing now, and then in the near-term future, they're gonna keep on getting better. That's what I think.
You guys can talk about this topic
Anyways.
for hours.
I'll take my points, bro. I'll take my points. On to the next topic, and I believe that Milan's loss in Istanbul is worse than Inter's loss to PSG in the CL final 5-0.
This guy's already laughing.
Listen, at the end of the day,
Why do you believe this?
I believe this because you guys were ahead, right?
Okay.
You guys were objectively about to win the game.
Right.
And then you let it fall and crumble and then collapse. And then you lost it in penalties.
I do agree that was an embarrassing fashion of losing, but you guys weren't even in the game at all. Like, you guys just came out to just have
But
fun,
that's
I
what I'm
guess.
saying. That's what I'm saying. All of Milan thought that they won the CL with obviously the greatest team ever assembled, right? Inter was never considered the favorites.
Are you not the best team in Italy?
Yes, but doesn't mean we were the best team in the world. PSG, that was a sextuple team.
I mean, you just mentioned before that to get to a Champions League final, you need to have one of the best teams in Europe.
Yes, I agree. We were
So
one
do
of
you
the best
have
teams
one of the
in Europe.
best teams in Europe?
Yes, we do. But
You just said you don't.
I said you said the best team in Europe. We were not the best team in Europe.
PSG were the best team in Europe.
And they won. So like I
But
don't
they
understand.
beat
The
you
right person
5-0.
won.
That's a historical loss. Like,
And
that will be remembered.
And I personally believe that there was stuff behind the scenes that completely influenced that match because that was not the Inter that I saw versus Bayern, not the Inter that I saw versus Barcelona. I do not know what happened. Only the players know what happened in that locker room. But at the end of the day, you were ahead. That was one of the best Milan teams of all time. You guys ended up winning a CL after that anyways.
Do you
2 years
think
later.
if you're ahead and you come back, is that an easier task than just losing 5-0?
Yeah.
You actually believe that?
Well, PSG scored first, and after that, it was
You had
you're
no
always on
chance
the back
in
foot.
the game. You had no.
There was zero chance. There was. I
Exactly.
honestly believed going after that Barcelona tie that like, okay, there might be a chance we could actually do it.
So how
But
could that
from
not be
minute
worse?
from minute 1 to minute 90,
From minute 1 to minute 90, you were the worst team that lost 5-0.
but you were the best team for a certain amount of time. That whole game you were leading. You were the best team, and it was a subpar Liverpool team. So you guys choked.
But I just think that was just Liverpool being better than
do you
us
mean
for
better?
the couple minutes.
for a
'Cause
couple minutes.
At the end of the it was in the second half.
At the end of the day, you guys were favorites.
In the second half, they came back. You guys just weren't there the entire game.
But you guys, at the end of the day, were the best team in Europe, right?
I know you keep saying that.
But
are you
that's
not
why.
one of the top
That's
teams?
worse.
Liverpool has won 6 Champions Leagues. They're historically one of the best teams in Europe as well.
But not at that time.
At that time, they were pulling up with decent players as well. They're in the Champions League final, just like you're saying for Inter. Shit.
I don't know. I feel like what is this argument where, bro, from minute 1 to minute 9 we got fucking dominated, and then like
Because
that's worse than,
No, but for
at
me-
least they were good for some parts of the
but that's
game.
even worse because there was actually hope that they were actually leading, and they had one hand on the trophy.
But which one
And they got
hurts
snapped.
more, or which one
That hurts
like-
more.
Yeah, but which
'Cause
one's
I've-
worse,
No,
or
but
which one?
the
hurts
thing
more?
with-
I'd ask the Barcelona fan because obviously that draw 7-6 with Acerbi scoring last minute. Were you not on your hands and knees thinking, "Oh my God"?
When Rafinha scored, I was thinking about final already.
Exactly.
It hurts more when you're thinking about you've already won the
Like
trophy.
you almost vision it, like you see it.
So like with the Bayern Munich, like we were in similar situation.
Yes.
We lost 8-2. Like I lost hope after like the 5th, 6th goal.
Yeah,
with
but you weren't even in the game at all. Like we actually at least
Then that
were.
means like, okay, I come out of that and say, listen, we deserved to lose 100%. You like Milan fans would come and
That's
say,
a bit of a cuck mentality, no? Like, I don't
but
know.
you see what I mean? This is always, it was always gonna be. It was always gonna be.
It's okay, we lost. They were better than us. Okay, let's.
Yeah, but to have one hand on the trophy and then lose, that's even
you,
worse.
you did an Arsenal and you bottled it last week.
Papa bottle. Papa. We're on to the final topic, and my argument is that Inter's treble is more important than any of Milan's 7 Champions Leagues.
I don't know how 1 treble could be more important than 7 trophies.
Because at the end of the day, we're the only Italian team to ever do it.
But you're harping. You're supposed to be an international team, and you're harping on only Italy. Because at the end of the day, Barcelona did it as well. Manchester City did it as well.
iconic
Man
teams.
United did it as well.
There's teams that have won Champions Leagues.
So,
But there's not that many teams that have won trebles.
but you do understand that Milan has the second most Champions Leagues ever.
Yeah, but your last one at the end of the day was in 2007. Was
What is that?
15 years ago.
What does the timing have to do with anything?
It's harping on a different time. Treble
No.
happened to 2010.
No, because
we were the most dominant team in Italy, hands down.
Yes, and a treble is 1 season, but a Champions League is maintained success for 7.
Yeah, but it wasn't 7 in a row. It was 7 over
Still
a
7
period of
Champions
time.
Leagues.
But at the end of the day, a treble has to happen at a perfect time. It needs everything needs
So
to
it was
be
a
in
fluke.
place. No, because at the end of the day, we were winning 4 Serie A's in a row.
Did you deserve that treble?
Of course we deserve that treble. Why would you even say we
Holy
didn't
rage
deserve that
mate.
treble? But that's crazy. We ran through Serie A and we won Serie A 4 seasons in a row leading up to that.
So let's say I have 7 Champions Leagues, right?
Yeah.
Would you trade your treble for 7 Champions
No.
Leagues? Because you would be the second most with Champions Leagues in the entire world.
no.
So you would rather have 1 good year than 7 good years.
7 good years over my course of history. Yeah, but that one good year has never happened in Italy ever.
But you're going back to Italy. It's happened in the world.
But at the end of the day, we're both Italian teams.
There's only 1 club that has 7 Champions Leagues.
at the end of the
so
day-
that's even more of an
But
achievement.
at the end of the day,
very
we're
least.
both Italian teams.
Yeah.
And I'm looking at Italy. There's no other Italian teams, not Milan, not Juve. And Juve had 9 years of dominance, winning doubles nearly every
You
single
keep talking
season.
about Italian
Couldn't
teams.
do it.
You keep talking about Italian teams. I'm with Real Madrid. Real Madrid is on top. Milan is right under with 7 Champions Leagues.
But at the end of the
Barcelona
day-
is right under
Yeah,
with
but
4.
But I'm with Barcelona. I'm with the Barcelona as well, though, because
Right.
the best teams are considered. Like, would you consider PSG one of the best teams of all time last year?
Sure.
Sextuple, like that's multiple trophies in a season. At the end of the day, PSG are still considered one of
That's
the best.
one season.
But they're still considered one of the best ever, even with just one
Would
Champions
you consider
League.
PSG as one of the biggest clubs of all time, though?
Well, at the end of the day, they're getting there. They're pretty much almost there.
They're getting there. They're not
top
there.
10.
PSG, because of 1 treble, does not make them one of the best, the biggest clubs of all time.
But you look at
Milan
that-
is there because of 7 Champions Leagues.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, your legacy only goes so far. Your legacy can only take you so far.
My
Because
legacy
at the end-
right now is that
You lost me on the PSG. You lost me on the PSG.
That was fine.
They're on their way. They're definitely right.
But-
They're right about there.
You
Being
wouldn't-
one of the best
you
clubs of
wouldn't
all
agree?
time.
You wouldn't
because
agree?
you said
No.
they're top 10, and we literally made a video recently about our top 10, and you didn't put
they
them in the
weren't.
top
Yeah,
10.
you're right.
They're probably out there, though.
They're getting there, though.
They're getting there.
So unfortunately, the Milan derby ends this way. And on to the next derby. It's going to be El Clasico.
And our first debate is Pedri versus Bellingham. Here we go. Okay, Pedri. What's he done for Barcelona?
Just last season, 26 man of the matches just in the league.
Nice.
I'll take you down a sequence of play in the El Clasico Copa del Rey final. What happened when he scored his goal? Who lost the ball? It was Jude Bellingham.
nice.
He lost the ball. Jude Bellingham was like this. Pedri then played the pass to Yamal. He ran past Jude Bellingham, and then what did he do? Put it top corner. Just in that one sequence of play, we saw.
Okay. So you're talking to me about one sequence of play.
Yeah.
Jude Bellingham not only has played and been the star man in multiple leagues, so obviously Dortmund and now Real Madrid. What does he do in his first season? What did Pedri do in his first season at Barcelona?
He formed an incredible partnership with the greatest player.
He made
all
friends.
time.
He made friends with his teammates. Whereas Bellingham came in and he actually, for the first half of the season, he basically was our star striker when he shouldn't have been. He carried our team, and then he continued to carry our team with the help of others because they decided to play with him, and he won a Champions League. And he was up there. He could have won the Ballon d'Or, but we're not going to talk about Ballon d'Or. But he was up there in the talks of winning the Ballon d'Or. He was the star man. Celebration like this, everything was Bellingham. Pedri hasn't done that. Pedri came from Las Palmas, and now, obviously, he's been overplayed and overrun at Barcelona. Quality player, technically probably better, but Bellingham has the whole package. He has box to box, he has the strength, he has the technique, and he has the clutch moments.
When you talk about his physicality and stuff, you're just basing it on looks, how he looks like. He's bigger, taller, a little bit more muscle.
I'll take it from the last El Clasico.
Oh wait,
when he spins Pedri. When he spins Pedri, I'm still looking for Pedri
The same
right
El
now.
Clasico, just a few days later, he got injured. He wasn't fully fit for that game.
Injuries.
Yeah, he wasn't fully fit.
Yeah. Bellingham had just come back from a shoulder operation.
Yeah, but he had time to get back.
He had
the
time.
game.
He was still injured.
No, but he was fully recovered.
Nah, that
Pedri, he
takes
came
time,
up against a
trust me.
fully like a Pedri that was having problems in his legs, and now he's out for 5 weeks. He was forced to be played.
Okay, and then Bellingham, with England, he then goes ahead and basically takes them to the final. Remember that clutch moment, last minute? Little back, a bicycle kick. Come on, he's not only doing it. Like Pedri, he's been getting injured a lot. He's been getting injured a lot, and he's made of glass, whereas Bellingham has been carrying his club and his country.
But country, he hasn't won anything with his country. Pedri's won a Nations League and the Euros.
True, but that's because England aren't good.
Oh wait,
This is tough.
there's a buzzer beater at the end. It was actually a good debate.
That was a very good debate.
Yeah.
Yeah, the end was. I'm still undecided. The end was
I
really
was,
good.
I was flip flopping.
I thought I was gonna be very easy, Pedri, but you almost swayed me to
Yeah,
Bellingham.
you did.
Like obviously, we know how important Bellingham is to both the national setup and Real Madrid. I would just say that last year you could have said it wasn't the greatest year for Bellingham, like on the score sheet, but obviously he was still very good. But Pedri in that conversation, like he was
When
Ballon
he
d'Or
brought
level.
up, bro, you remember the first 6 months of Bellingham at Real Madrid? It was like
We did, yeah.
different.
The
It was
difference
like-
is in 6 months, Pedri last
Yeah,
season did it
that's-
for the entire season.
But then
Yeah.
he still won the league and the Champions League.
But Bellingham dropped deeper. I mean, it's a different comparison. Like at the beginning, Bellingham was a goal scoring threat. Like he was high on the pitch. Like how many late minute winners? Like he's no longer in that type of offensive position. Like I feel like he's not even put in the same position. So you can't say like he fell off. He just dropped deeper. It's like Bruno
And
Fernandes
it's
at
also
United.
like he did at like Birmingham. He has his jersey retired at 17
but who
years
cares?
old. No, but it's also like Dortmund. Like Dortmund, they treat him like a god there. And then now here also at Real Madrid, like he steps in. And when Real Madrid at the beginning of the season, I mean, those performances were not really nice at the beginning of the season. It wasn't really good performances. Bellingham was carrying the team forward.
But Pedri,
Pedri's
the
more
thing-
talented.
Yeah, I
But
think
he's shown it more.
I think if you harped on the actual like attributes and you started comparing them, like technicality and all that, I think you could have gotten him even
But
more.
he admitted it. I didn't need to.
Yeah,
he
it's
admitted
true.
But that's why I threw that quick.
Yeah, it's like little
Get
retract.
out of the way.
Yeah, because I feel like if you kept on saying like technical ability, the passing is better. But yeah, you got me at the end when you said obviously you brought up Bellingham for England. Pedri actually did it with Spain, so it's
But
tough
I mean,
to,
sometimes you're just a victim of the national team you're on.
yeah.
Like Zlatan was able to win a World Cup, let's say. But I don't know. That was a good debate. But towards the end, you almost got me back on that side with the Nations League.
it's close.
Now on to the next debate. I believe Barcelona own Real Madrid right now.
Crazy. So please tell me, why do you think Barcelona?
Last season, I think I've lost count how many times we beat you.
Yeah.
5-2 in the Spanish Super Cup final. If Wojciech Szczesny didn't get that red card, it would have been a dark day for you guys.
Okay.
We beat you 4-0 at your home. We beat you 4-3 at our home. And we beat you one more. Like, I'm starting to lose how many
So we're
times.
basing it on one season. Whereas if we look at, let's see who's won the most El Clasicos. It's Real Madrid. Who's got the most collective trophies?
Real Madrid.
Real Madrid, of course. And the only thing you're ahead on is Copa del Rey. But I think everyone would argue you'd rather have more leagues and Champions Leagues than the domestic League Cup. So my thing is, how can Barcelona are always so angry towards Real Madrid, and it's always Barcelona. It's always you put Madrid next to them. There's no other clubs. But if you look at Madrid, you've got rivalries against Man City. You've got rivalries against Liverpool. You know, we obviously beat them in the finals and stuff, and they've beaten us as well. But Barcelona, they're like our little brother. So we've got them here. Without Real Madrid, Barcelona wouldn't be Barcelona. Whereas Real Madrid have got all these other teams that everyone, when someone goes to play against Real Madrid in the Champions League, they always come in ready. You want to go. When I go against Barcelona, it's like, yeah, cool, like there's a few players and stuff. But like Real Madrid is just legacy. Like Barcelona, all we talk about, oh yeah, they play tiki-taka. But Real Madrid is a legacy of winners, clutch moments. You can't drop the ball with Real Madrid.
Okay, wait. Now you want to talk about the rivalries. European Classic, what was it called back in the 2000s? It was Barcelona versus Chelsea. Me and you both live in England, right? If you go ask any Premier League fans, who do you hate more, Barcelona or Real Madrid? It's always going to be Barcelona.
Is that Premier League fans or Chelsea fans?
No, all the Premier League fans, even Liverpool, they have a slight preference towards Real Madrid. The only team that you could say prefer, like you guys, like hate you guys, is Manchester City. Just because you guys over these past few years be coming up against each other. Liverpool, they hate us more. Arsenal, definitely, because we robbed them of the Champions League. Not robbed them, we took their only Champions League spot.
It's like Chelsea robbed them as well.
I went to the game against Newcastle. They were there ready, going against us. Like,
Yeah,
it was
of course,
crazy.
they're a big club. Everyone wants to play against a big club. I just feel like when you're comparing Real Madrid and Barcelona are always just behind it, always playing catch up. Whereas Real Madrid are there, they've got their legacy. They will always be able, and it's not like, oh, you got 15 Champions League, everyone goes, oh, there you go.
That was tough.
I'm gonna put mine.
I don't know.
That was tough.
That's a tough one, but you sold me. Like as soon as you started low broing Barcelona, it's
Yeah,
just
bro.
like
Millie's
crazy.
moving with rage bait.
Yeah,
What
man,
is this?
it's
it's good. It's good. It's debating. It's
Real
true. At the end of the day, Real Madrid are at the top.
They're their own entity. They've made their...
I'm not saying like, I think I don't like going on like solely on the fact that historically, right now, the recent history we have, it's Barcelona. In the rivalry of El Clasico. Real Madrid to the world is still bigger.
Story.
But in the direct rivalry amongst you two, I mean, Barcelona is kind of
Real
dominating
Madrid
that.
dominated the game, the most recent game.
The most
game.
recent game.
Yeah,
we've
that's
taken
true.
the title.
And you guys
And
are-
also the most recent. So obviously, that's what I was going to touch on. That the Champions Leagues, we've not won it like ages ago. We won it 2 years ago. So that's already like that's still part of the rivalry. They don't want us to win a Champions League. Where were they in that Champions League? You know what I mean?
But I got
You
one
should have
thing.
said this stuff during the
I tried.
debate.
And I should have said this as well. What's your biggest ever win against us? Like in recent years, let's say 10, 15.
Was it like
4-1?
3? Was it 4-1
Look,
or
I can
3-1?
bring up 4-0, 6-2, 5-1s, 5-0s, 4-0s. I can bring so many different results.
That's part of the that's
That's
directly part of the
and
rivalry.
it's not only at home, it's away as well. Bro, our stadium, we had a nickname, Santiago Bernabeu. He would just go there, play around there.
And that's great. They've got all these big results, but who's won more El Clasicos? Real Madrid.
But
So
we're
then
going back
you can
100
win. You don't get an aggregate for the amount of goals you score.
And
You
the
might
only
have to make
time,
this a
the most
tie.
recent time we played in the Champions League,
It's a
who
good
won?
debate. I don't know.
Like, I don't think there's going to be a winner.
Yeah, in the semi-finals. So
Yeah,
that's the thing.
exactly. But I just think we've got a bigger legacy, and football's about legacy, not about these small little. You're finding wins inside the bigger picture.
But
the bigger
it-
picture is we are a big
but
But
club.
the
winning the
question did
battle
say right
while
now,
losing the war.
but the question did say right now, like in recent
Yeah.
years, we're not talking
Yeah.
about.
Yeah, recently it's Barcelona.
Yeah, but also recently, 2 years ago, Real
Yeah,
Madrid
where's
went to
the-
Champions League.
His
like-
argument is like you hit a 3 to cut the lead down to 40.
Exactly.
Type argument. Like,
So they're already leading.
yeah,
but
but
okay, like, they kinda chipped away at it.
There's no lead because it's not one big game. It's like it changes. It's like a stock ticker. Like it's always like going up and down. Like
Yeah.
who's the bigger bro?
Like it doesn't start. Okay, we're gonna do a clean slate 0-0 at a certain time and then see who's
No,
better.
you can't do it
but-
like that.
yeah, you
'cause then-
can't.
Yeah, but because then Inter's probably fucking smaller than Nottingham Forest. Like you can't keep the slate at full count. Like because then Nottingham Forest have two
when
Champions
Milan
Leagues.
had Pioli as manager and Inter would destroy them every single time, you were saying, "Oh my God, you're my little bro. You're my little bro."
Yeah.
But Inter, Milan. Oh no, Inter still have beaten Milan more historically. Actually,
Yeah, of course.
Milan is a small club. Holy
That's what I'm trying to tell you.
Get a room, bro.
That's what I'm trying to tell you.
But I think a tie is. I think a tie
Yeah,
is
I
fair.
think-
If you would have brought
You
up,
guys
if
are-
you would have brought up like the most recent El Clasico and the fact that as of time of recording you're higher in the table in La Liga.
Yep.
Maybe that
Yeah.
tips.
They got
I-
2 draws is crazy.
they got one more winner take all.
Okay, guys, the decider, the last debate. Real Madrid's three-peat team versus Barcelona's Pep's team.
Okay, let me start off. Yeah, how many Champions League win in those 3 years? 3, right?
Yeah.
How many did Barcelona?
I think 1.
We won 2, 2009 and 2011. So basically, if we won another Champions League in the middle, we're basically equal, right? In the 2009, we also won a sextuple, the greatest ever footballing team. We not only dominated football, we changed football, how football was looked. We had the greatest player of all time, the greatest midfield trio of all time. Like world-class superstars, Henry's, your Eto's, even in the 2011 final against Manchester United, probably not in terms of the result, but actual footballing, was probably one of the most dominant displays.
Yeah, you obviously created a style of football, but I don't think that football is about, like, you got to ultimately keep winning. And we won the biggest trophy 3 years in a row. The biggest trophy, right? We're not talking about the Copa del Rey. Like, that's the thing, in the treble, you've got the Copa del Rey, you've got stuff like that. We're talking about the Champions League, and we dominated. And we also came in with, we showed all styles of football. You know, sometimes it was ugly, but we had an answer for everything. Whereas Barcelona, it was, you know, tiki-taka, but you couldn't answer. If something goes wrong, you didn't have a system to change. You didn't bring someone on and change it up. And also, you can't talk about Henry in that time, because Henry did nothing at Barcelona. He won the trophies, but he wasn't the player he was at Arsenal. But I do think we had the best front three, the BBC, we had the best front three, we had the best midfield there's ever been in the Champions League. You can't tell me Casemiro, Cruz and Modric were the strongest midfield there has ever been in the Champions League. Like, you can't argue that. Like, you've got, obviously you could say there's more aesthetically pleasing Busquets, Xavi and Iniesta, but the people that got results, that fought till the last minute. We're talking about goals at 90 plus. Sergio Ramos. We're talking about bicycle kicks, not just from Ronaldo, but from Bale. Like, you remember those more over a couple of passes that those man did in the middle.
Those are iconic moments. Does that really mean you are a better team than us? You had maybe more iconic moments, but you're not better than us. Even the Champions League, the three-peats, you have to put an asterisk next to them. How you won against Bayern
It doesn't
Munich.
show we are better, because that three-peat has
I
added
know,
on to the fact that we've got 15 and we're the number one with the most Champions Leagues.
But how could you, like, we even talked about it earlier, I forgot who mentioned it. Can you even be the best team in Europe if you're not the best team in your league? You only won one La Liga in those 3 years.
Yeah, of course. But we're still beating the best teams around the world.
And during your three-peat, we beat you 4-0 at the Bernabeu, 3-0 at the Bernabeu. During that three-peat, we beat you more times than you beat us.
Damn, you guys are
Bro.
good. It's tough.
You guys both brought up very, very good points. I did bring up that you can't be. Are you the best team in Europe if you're not the best team in your own country?
When you win 3 in a
But
row,
with
you're
3
the
in a
best
row,
team
it's
in
like
Europe.
you know what
No, but
what
it's
the objective
no,
is.
but your team is just gauged towards Champions League football.
Yeah,
That's
you
all.
know-
They only won one in that, won La Liga during that 3 Champions League. Barcelona won.
But Real's always been gauged more towards winning
What's
Champions
a bigger trophy? The
Champions
league?
League.
Yeah, Champions League.
But we remember we won 2 in 3 basically. We
Yeah.
just missed the one in the middle.
That's
If
like,
we
that's
won
like
that-
Julius Caesar losing Rome but conquering all of the Mediterranean, you know, like.
Were there any other teams that at least three-peated or got close to three-peating? Like,
No,
there's always doubles, there's always back-to-backs. Or was it Real Madrid?
I think did Ajax do a...
Yeah, I think.
Back in the day?
during the European
The double.
Cup era. I don't know.
They did 3 in a row? Like, it's
Well,
very
Real
rare.
Madrid
That's the
won
thing,
5
there's
in a row.
only-
Yeah, but at the start, right?
There's max only 2 teams that have ever
Yeah.
won 3
And
peats.
I think that's probably the most, if like someone had to redo a feat, like winning 3 Champions Leagues in a row, I don't know if that's gonna happen.
It's nearly impossible.
It's
though.
very difficult.
It's
but
also
yeah.
the
We
aura
also
of
won
winning
all
that
the
is way
trophies
more
possible.
than-
Yeah, they
But-
won a sextuple too.
They won a
It's-
sextuple and they changed football.
But
Yeah.
sextuple
Pep
has,
Guardiola-
has happened since then.
Yeah, but
COVID year asterisk.
I'm going to put you on the spot, but do you think that Real Madrid team is better than that Barcelona team? Like, forget about the trophies and stuff. Like, just player for player.
player for... I mean, this is the thing. Player for player, maybe not, but as a team, I do think so.
Yeah.
I do think, because this is the thing. We'll keep them. We'll keep them off. They can pass all they want to pass, but we'll keep them off till the end. That last bit, we'll go in and we'll score in the last minute. We'll be clutch. They don't have those clutch moments. They will need to, and it shows them results. It'll beat us 4-0 and stuff. We do the clutch moments and stuff. We'll keep them there. Whereas they need to dominate the game all through the game, and if they don't have an answer.
But they
for that.
dominated that entire season.
I know clutch moments, the Iniesta Chelsea semi-final.
Yeah.
Where they-
Clutch
yeah,
moments.
where
We
they
have
robbed
our
Chelsea.
own clutch moments as well.
But they robbed Chelsea and Didier Drogba. It's a disgrace. It's a
a
disgrace. So you don't want
I mean,
to happen here.
your Carlo Ancelotti straight after the game said that when he was a Bayern Munich manager, he said the Real Madrid robbed us. And then when he came back to thing,
No,
he
I
changed
don't
something.
Yeah,
He
that
did
Barca team, team's about to sway me.
That,
This was
that,
so close,
that
though.
debate was so close that I basically just have to put personal preference into it. That, bro, that Real Madrid 3P team, every single Champions League title is like, okay, it's done.
Put it this way, like we said, you're never going to see a three-peat done anytime soon. A treble, we saw it last year.
Sextuple we've seen as well.
We saw it last year as well, sextuple. Is it that impressive
like-
anymore? Football's getting better, teams are getting better, players are getting better. A three-peat of the biggest trophy, club trophy in the world.
What's the exact statement again?
But everyone is saying my argument. Everyone's saying the exactly what I was saying, but they were all standing against me.
That's one league.
Bro.
Like-
Awards that only happen
Bro, you
like
won
once.
one league title and the Arsenal fans don't know how to act, fuck.
Awards that only happen
They
once.
win the fucking league title and it's
Bro,
the greatest
he just said
achievement
a
in sports
sextuple.
history.
He's like a sextuple. Oh, it's happened. It's happened before. I was just talking about a treble.
Bro, it takes Arsenal
like
decades
I'm
to win
leaning
6
firms.
trophies.
I don't know what you're thinking.
We need
right
a
now.
winner.
I
like
do
I'm
agree that
leaning-
sustained success is more
it's
difficult,
difficult
but the
on a
better team
European
was that
stage.
Barcelona team.
But they reinvent like
Yeah, like
that
the
was inventing a
tiki-taka.
new style of football.
True.
Like
that
Pep,
Spain
Pep
ended up.
literally became the GOAT because of that, in my opinion.
Did
Like that was.
come just from Pep, or was it Johan Cruyff that started all of that? Because then he
It's a good point.
Inspiration.
Pep,
Sensation.
and then that starts from and then obviously
But
that
Pep
goes-
made it better.
Also, yeah, but also Pep jumped into a team with all those players, and that's what he's been doing with all the teams. But that's a whole different discussion. Anyway.
We need a winner.
Yeah,
tough.
no, like
Giving me the tiebreaker is crazy.
You can stay neutral if you want.
I
There's
can't
gotta be a winner.
abstain.
There's got to be a winner.
I can't abstain. That team, that sextuple team, just revolutionized football, bro. That's
Inter
it.
beat that sextuple team, by the way.
It's
Inter
true.
beat that.
true.
That treble team.
I was supposed to go there.
No, we have to give it.
Honestly, like this was like 51-49. I
Yeah,
could
yeah.
jump on that side if I was just like maybe if I was wearing a different pair of pants, I'd be on that side. It's that
Depends
close.
the day.
That was an awesome debate, guys. That was really good.
Yeah, you guys smashed it.
So Barcelona pull it out at the end with a 1-0 victory. Crazy performance, in my opinion, by everyone involved. But yeah, scrolling across the screen, shout out all the Patreon. You guys are all the GOATs. And yeah, any final messages?
Forza Milan.
Forza Inter Sem.
Cabasa.
Ala Madrid.
Forza Juve. Take care, everyone.
Peace.